What's the most unethical order you watched someone follow without question? Fort Hood, supply room. Tuesday morning. Our supply sergeant was Staff Sergeant Vernon Kemp, 22 years in, 6 months from retirement. Guy ran that supply room like his personal kingdom. The new private, Dalton Webb, arrived fresh from basic training. Eager kid, wanted to make a good impression. Got assigned to supply as his first job. Kemp immediately started testing him. Webb, I need you to inventory the entire storage warehouse by tomorrow morning. Every item, every serial number, every location. That warehouse had 15 years of accumulated equipment. Thousands of items. Physically impossible to complete in one day. Webb worked 18 hours straight, didn't finish, came in next morning exhausted, apologizing for the incomplete work. Kemp just laughed. Good, you're trainable. You'll do what you're told without arguing. That should have been our first warning sign. Things escalated slowly. Kemp started having Webb sign paperwork without reading it. Just put your signature here, I'll fill in the details later. Webb did it every time. Never questioned what he was signing. My buddy Curtis worked supply too. Pulled Webb aside one day. Man, you need to read stuff before you sign it. That's basic common sense. Webb shrugged. Sergeant Kemp knows what he's doing. He's been here forever. I'm just following orders. 2 months in, Kemp gave Webb a new task. Take these 6 boxes to building 347. Give them to the civilian contractor, guy named Raymond. Don't inventory them. Don't document the transfer. Just deliver them. Webb grabbed the boxes, loaded them in a truck, drove off. Didn't ask what was in them. Didn't question why there was no paperwork. Curtis watched this happen. Followed Webb to building 347. Saw him hand over the boxes to some guy in civilian clothes. No signatures, no documentation, nothing. When Webb got back, Curtis confronted him. What was in those boxes? I don't know. Sergeant Kemp didn't say. And you didn't think to check? He told me not to inventory them. I was following orders. Curtis went to our platoon sergeant, Sergeant First Class Quinn Fletcher, explained the situation. The unauthorized transfers, the missing documentation, Webb signing blank forms. Fletcher started investigating quietly, pulled supply records, cross-referenced inventory, tracked missing equipment. Turned out Kemp had been stealing government property for 3 years, selling night vision goggles, radios, tools, anything valuable. Webb had been his unwitting accomplice, signing false documents and making deliveries. CID got involved. Criminal Investigation Division doesn't mess around. They arrested Kemp at his house, found over $40,000 worth of stolen equipment in his garage. But here's where it got messy. Webb had signed all the transfer documents. His signature was on every fake inventory sheet. Legally, he was just as responsible as Kemp. CID interrogated Webb for 6 hours. You signed these documents stating you verified the equipment transfers. That's your signature, correct? Yes, but Sergeant Kemp told me to sign them. I was following orders. Did you actually verify the equipment? No, he said he'd already checked everything. So you knowingly signed false official documents? Webb finally understood what he'd done. Started crying right there in the interrogation room. I thought I was supposed to follow orders. That's what they taught us in basic training. The investigating officer, Captain Nolan Cross, was former enlisted. Understood how the system worked. Knew that junior soldiers get exploited by corrupt NCOs all the time. He made a decision that probably saved Webb's career. Recommended no charges for the private. Argued that Webb was manipulated by a superior he was trained to obey without question. The battalion commander agreed. Webb got an Article 15 instead of court-martial. Lost rank, lost pay, got extra duty for 60 days. But he stayed in the army. Kemp got 5 years in military prison. Dishonorable discharge. Lost his entire retirement after 22 years of service. The commander called a company-wide formation after everything settled. Made Webb stand in front of everyone. Private Webb made a mistake. He followed orders without thinking critically about what he was doing. That's partly our failure as leaders. We teach you to follow orders, but we don't always teach you to recognize when orders are wrong. He turned to Webb. You're getting a second chance. Don't waste it. Webb finished his enlistment. Never worked supply again. Became a combat medic. Deployed twice. Earned an Army Commendation Medal for treating casualties under fire. Last I heard, he's now a sergeant himself. Teaches a class to new soldiers about critical thinking and recognizing unethical orders. Uses his own story as the example. Shows them the Article 15 he received. Explains every mistake he made. Tells them exactly how Kemp manipulated him. Following orders doesn't mean turning off your brain, he tells them. If something feels wrong, if someone tells you not to document things, if you're signing blank paperwork, that's when you ask questions. Fletcher, the sergeant who started the investigation, got promoted to master sergeant. Runs the battalion supply program now. First thing he did was implement a new policy. No soldier signs anything without reading it first. No transfers without proper documentation. No exceptions regardless of rank. Curtis still brings it up sometimes. Remember when Webb almost went to prison for being too obedient? Yeah, I remember. Hard to forget watching someone follow orders straight into a federal investigation.